It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What it do? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Let's Bet It. It's a beautiful Monday evening here in Indianapolis. It's 65 degrees outside. Feels like summertime, and everybody's out with their shorts on, flip flops, and that's what people in Indiana do when it gets above 60 degrees. They think it's summer. So, just a good evening here. Placed a few bets yesterday. If you were following in the channel, my play of the day was the Nuggets team total under. I believe it was 118 and a half. And it looked shaky at first. The Thunder came out hot. Or no, not the Thunder, but the Nuggets came out hot as hell. And then I just really think the Nuggets ran out of gas, late in the game, and the Thunder just poured it on, and that ended up cashing. So good day for me yesterday. Placed a few other bets that I probably don't forgot about, but those cashed. So looking forward to it's a nice slate today, but I know me personally, I've only got a few plays, and um, I know GLB has got a few plays. Stacks has got a few plays, a few leans. So Stacks, my brother, how was your day yesterday, and how you feeling about today's slate?
Yesterday wasn't bad. wasn't too bad. Uh, Not a bad day. Enjoying college basketball, March Madness early. Daytime basketball, enjoying that. But NBA is it's up and down right now. Be transparent. I wish my NBA would be a little bit more better, but it's coming along. Like need to be more consistent. But as far as today's slate, me personally, I kind of like the big slates because it's easy to find the games I'm not even going to look at. And I can pinpoint certain games and just cap the hell out of it. You know what I mean? So I kind of like today's slate. I got some looks, got some bets.
No, yeah, and definitely like I made banners for all the games, and we probably should have discussed like which ones we're gonna skip over, but we're gonna make it a habit here on this show when we don't like a game. If we'll just say we don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, agree, and we move on to the next one. So, uh, GLB, my brother, how was your weekend betting wise and in general? And how's your day today? And what do you think about the slate today?
Yeah, I had a betting wise okay. I had a good weekend in general, but betting wise, unspecial. I think I ended up up just a little bit, but no, I think I agree with what Stack said. With these big slates, I already know like, nope, not looking at this. No need to look at this game. So found some good looks here. I think I have 5 official straight bets and a couple parlays in, but yeah, we got some. I got a couple good things here to say about some of these games, and then nothing on the others. So, we'll see what we find.
Perfect. Well, let's jump into it. The first game up, Lakers and Nets. At the time I put this up, it was the Nets were catching 6.5, total 216. Looks like it's went down actually. So the Nets 5.5 point dogs, and the total still remains the same. I don't have anything personally on this game. GOB, you got anything on this one?
Lakers and Nets. Nope, I have no plays on this, and I don't have any trends that are really worth mentioning. Now, I was trying to get to something with Cameron Johnson, rebounds or assists, I think I was looking at, but ultimately I noticed the line was too sharp and there was too much juice, so I decided, no, let's just pass. But if I had to, I'd look for Cameron Johnson to do something. Probably more assists, if anything, if I recall.
Stacks, my brother, what you got on this one? If you
Yeah, I got
have any.
Yeah, actually, I'll save one of them because it's in my parlay. But I got 3 bets in this game. I got the under 216.5, and I also got I tell one of my homies on the Lakers, and I got the Lakers minus 5. I got the Lakers minus 6. But as
Okay,
far as
minus
my
six.
break,
You said -6.
yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't even going to cap the game. I capped my player prop in this game, and then I was going to go away with it. And then when I went back to it, when I looked at the rest of the slate, that's how I got to the under. And then I tell matter of fact, it was Dutch. That's who I tell. I tell Dutch that was his best bet. And everything you said pretty much made sense, and just give me a reason not to finish capping the game.
For the under, you were saying in this game?
Yeah, I already bet the under.
Yeah,
I bet
forgot.
the under.
When I was looking here, I was only looking at the spread. Excuse me. I have a couple systems on the over actually, but I don't really pay those too much mind because the Nets, I wouldn't even. I like a couple of these here, but I just don't trust playing an over in the Nets game. So
Yeah, it's correct. When I put it in the Discord, but I meant to put it in the Discord when I put when we get to the Grizzlies game, and I just forgot, and then I went back to it. But you have a system on the over?
yeah, I got a couple looks here on the over, but I haven't been. Whenever I see an over with the Nets, I don't really, you know what I mean. I don't really like to put too much weight into it, just because I don't know. The Nets have screwed me too many times on overs, and I don't know what the line opened at and if it's gone up or down, but I wouldn't be worried about that. I think whatever Dutch said.
No, like, and I know it contradicts, but it works in my head. Like I told you, I tell all your systems as long as I'm not on the other side. But when your system is against me, it used to give me anxiety, but it doesn't no more.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what you're doing. You know your cap. Exactly. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
But it used to give me anxiety. Because your systems was like, I don't even have a number. Like they was just doing crazy numbers. So if I made a bet and it was against your system, there was times I was buying out of it. Like I'm not going against that.
Yeah, no, you're good here, but yeah, Cam Johnson, some kind of props for me if I had to.
All right, sounds good. Let's hit a few comments. I probably should have done this. My bad at the beginning, but Prolific popped in. Appreciate the support, brother. We are going to talk about the Lakers later, and and Philly a little bit later too. I think Philly might be next. Let's hit the next game. 76ers and Hawks. And I just had to change this banner because when I put it up earlier, it was 9.5, but now it's Hawks minus 12.5. So somebody must have got ruled out for the 76ers. That was major. Once again, this is a game that I just don't have anything on. I mean, the 76ers they're not good. And the Hawks, I mean, you just can't bet. For me, at this point of the season, it's just hard to bet on these two teams, especially at this number. So I don't have anything on this game. But for some reason, if I had to lean a certain way, it has to be under. And for the simple fact that I think that Trae Young is compromised injury-wise for this game. So if I had to lean anyway, I would lean toward the under. I know Prolific, he mentioned that maybe Philly team total under, but I feel like this, I don't know. This game is just ass to me. GLB, what you think?
I have a bet in this and I like it a lot too. I even took an alt line on it. I took Trae Young over 11.5 assists. I got that at minus 106 this morning. Right now, looks like it's minus 125, minus 130, kind of in that range. But Trae Young's going against a bottom 5 team against his dominant assist zone, where he gets most of his assists. And he's hit this number in 6 out of 8 games. When he's at home, it's 4 out of 5, averaging over 13. And he's also playing a team in the 76ers who are not so great, or who allow a lot of assists, right? They're in the bottom 10. Players who play Trey's position are hitting this at a 67% clip. Trey himself against those teams is hitting this at a 68.4% clip. But really what's most important is he's averaging 12.8. But when we just hone in on at home, he's hit this in 7 out of 10 games, averaging 12.9 assists. So then I took a look at how does Trae Young do against unrested opponents. And he does, 1 second. Against unrested opponents, he averages 11.1. Okay, it's less than the line we took. But when he's at home, he averages 12.8. And he's put up some good numbers here, you know what I mean? Against the Nuggets, Pelicans, Rockets. So I took Trae Young over 11.5, and then in a different parlay, a crazy parlay, I took 14 plus assists. So, and shout out LJ. I just saw LJ's comment, but I like Trae Young assists here, and I know what you said is true. You know, and I think it was his ankle maybe or something, his leg. I think he plays. And I will say part of the reason why I got to this was because I trend to the over in this game. I know this isn't a lot, but like when Atlanta does have the rest advantage, they've hit the over in 15 out of 4 games. And on top of that, those games are going over by an average of 9.6 points. So I'm thinking Trey's gonna, you know, if he's a little bit banged up, if he's taking it easy, maybe he'll get those assists. So I like this play over 11.5 assists for Trae Young.
And I think that's a good look too, because when I mean with Trey, when I say compromise, I think his points was at 27.5 at some point, and I just didn't think he would score that much. But if he's not scoring that much, getting over his assists like that makes a ton of sense. So I feel like even if the game goes under, I think he could still get at least 12 assists.
Yeah,
I just
first
think
bet I put in.
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be scoring that much. What you think as far as his scoring?
Me?
GOB, my bad.
I'm not sure actually. I just was so focused on his assists, but
okay.
And I just closed out the tabs I had. But
it's all good. Just off the top of your head, what do you think about his scoring? If his assists are going to probably take a spike, do you think his points could be in play as an under if it's still 27.5?
I think 27.5 it still is. I think I'm just give me 10 seconds here to see if anything sticks out to me. I wish it was like 24.5, 25.5, and I would. 27.5 might be a little too high. I don't think so. I think he might stay under.
Yeah.
Stacks,
my brother. My bad. We took a little bit on that cat, but
I don't have a lot to say on a lot of other games, but that's one. That was
I don't mind because it's about my Hawks, so I love hearing it. As y'all know, every single sport outside of hockey, because we don't got no team. But when we was I think the Atlanta Thrashers, I did it. But I always bet on my Hawks game. I don't always take my teams. So I bet the over, but I got a totally different number. I got 234.5 when I bet it. I ain't capping. I just looked at it like fast paced. We at the crib. Need a bet. And I bet the over. Because other than that, if I wasn't a Hawks fan, I wouldn't have bet this game. I wouldn't even have capped this game. And I didn't cap it. When I bet the over, I really didn't even cap it.
Okay. Looks like we done spent enough time on this one. GLB has got the official bet in for is that Trae Young over 11.5 assists, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So over 11.
I'm gonna tell that though. When we get off there, I'm gonna tell it.
It was minus 106 I make a lot of my bets between like 7 and 9 a.m. Eastern. And I'm telling you, FanDuel sometimes has these numbers that are just so different than the other books. And I like the bet already. So then to already get that number. Yeah. And to see it move to minus 130. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's
it's
good time.
juiced. Yeah, it's super juiced. Well, not super juiced, but it's juiced enough.
Mhm.
So good look, GLB. Let's hit the next game. Jazz and Celtics. This one has moved to Celtics minus 16 and a half. There's a lot of injury stuff going on with this game, but what I will say is that if the Jazz starters play and at least 2 or 3 of the Celtics starters don't, I like the first half in this game. I feel like it was at 10 and a half for the Jazz. I would take Jazz plus 10 and a half if if their starters play and Boston sits some of their guys, which makes sense because Boston, just beat the Lakers in a game that they cared about, and they got a look ahead. I forgot who the look ahead is. I feel like it
Thunder.
might be the Thunder, yeah, and that's on Wednesday. So my thing is, I don't think that they give a shit about this game. I just think they'll try to win it and kind of go about their business. But Stacks, what you think about this one, brother?
I originally wasn't going to cap this game. And when I went to slate and seen how big it was, I was like, I ain't interested. And then when I went to the card and got my bets in and capped other games, I went back to this. And then when I started digging in and seeing Boston had OKC on deck, and I just started thinking like, and at the time it was 17. At the time I made the bet, it was 17. No, it was 16 and a half when I made the bet. And my bet was I altered the Jazz line down. And I altered it down to plus 15 and a half, and I got plus 124.
Yeah. I got nothing on this. This one for me, this is a pass. I don't bet Celtics games. Again, not because I'm a fan, just because I have bad luck with it. And had some luck with the Jazz last night, tailing Bauer plays in my Discord on the Kyle Filipowski. And I think I'm going to stay away today. So no props, nothing official, but I lean Celtics. It's a system play, 37, 20, and 1 against the spread. This season, it has to do with big home favorites with higher totals. So, matter of fact, that's active on the Hawks and the Warriors. So I'll say it now: a Hawks, Celtics, Warriors spread parlay. That could be interesting. But yeah. So like Stacks, I have my NHL money line parlay piece systems, right? Because they're just you can't bet that straight. This is kind of the same thing. It's 54 and 4 on the money line, this system. I don't know what the Celtics, money line is, so I don't give that out. I can't. But this system also trends nicely to the spread. So again, Celtics, Hawks, and Warriors spread.
I would have to do the Hawks and Warriors because I already got the Jazz plus 15 and a half for plus money. But I used a free bet for that. That's why I altered it down for plus money.
Yeah. But no, nothing on this game, but system play has me leaning Celtics.
All right, perfect. I was actually looking at the looking to see if the Celtics and the Thunder was a away or a home game for the Thunder, because if it was a home game, I was definitely going to get on that Boston team total under for Wednesday, but I'm thinking way ahead, so my bad. Let's hit some comments. LJ, appreciate you stopping through, brother. OD, yes sir. Thanks for stopping through. Charles White, yes sir. What's up? What's up? So let's move over to the next game. Jazz Celtics. So this is one that I have absolutely no opinion on. Wizards Raptors.
Pass.
Raptors come in -7. Yeah, strong pass. What you think, Stacks?
Man, I seen Wizards and Raptors, and I didn't even look at this game. I don't know who's in. I didn't even know the spread until just now, until I looked at the screen. Yeah, I ain't touched this game. It's too late in the year to bet games like this.
I did take in a parlay, tailing somebody Orlando Robinson over 7.5 rebounds. Just in a little, fun little parlay, but nothing.
See, I don't even know who that is.
Me neither. But I trust him.
I was gonna say, did he play hockey?
Yeah. No, it's on
Don,
Toronto.
you know who that is?
Okay, so
Orlando. Hold on, I'll say it again.
I said, Don, do you know who that is?
It's
no, I don't.
I thought it was me. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me
but
neither.
I'll tell it. I don't got to know who he is to tell it.
Plus 105 earlier, but other than that, I didn't look at anything in this game. That was worth mentioning just because in a fun little parlay I had that.
Okay, so hold up real quick. One more time. What's his name?
Orlando Robinson.
Oh, okay. And he played for
Toronto.
Yeah, I'll tell it, but just so I like to spray the board. And Wizards and Raptors just you can't I mean, no disrespect to anybody who does cap that game, but you can't get that time back in your life that you capped the Wizards and the Raptors.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah.
Thank you, music.
Absolute
Oh,
ass.
no, you're not.
So we got Charles in the chat. Charles in the chat. He said, "Who? Oscar Robertson, Cliff Robinson." Let's make that the theme for tonight. What are some famous Robertsons that have not Robertson? Well, Robertsons and Robinsons that have played in the NBA. Throw them in the chat. Let's go back a little bit. Let's think about some Robertsons and Robinsons. Let's move over to the next game. Hornets and Heat. Heat 9-point favorites. Total 216.
Duncan.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. He put Duncan wrong. My fault.
I
love it.
Just said Jackie Robinson. Duncan. Yeah, man. We need some Robinsons and Robertsons too. So don't forget the Robertsons. I know there's been a few. But yeah, my fault.
Yeah, I see that chat. Fuck me up. My bad.
Oh, that's funny. We need that. I need that laugh.
We got Hornets and Heat. Heat 9.5-point favorites. Total sits at 216. This is another one. I think I might put this in a parlay with a couple other teams, but I'm still kind of debating on it. As far as the Heat money line, GLB, you got anything on this one, brother?
Yeah, this is going to be my leg of our parlay. And I bet this earlier. Bam Adebayo over 3.5 assists. I got minus 114, and it's juiced. Minus 150, minus 140. Again, between 7 and 9 a.m. I took it. Early look. I liked it. And let me see. Bam Adebayo against the bottom 12 teams defending his position has cleared this line in 19 out of 28 games this season, averaging 4.8 assists. But as always, I love the home road split. At home, he's cleared this in 10 out of 13 games, averaging 5.4 assists. And then on top of that, if I look at how teams do against his dominant assist zone, he's facing a bottom 10 team. And when he faces those teams, he averages 4.7 assists, hitting that in 10 out of 18 games. But more importantly for me, at home, 5 out of 8 games, averaging 5 assists. So I think Bam Adebayo is in a good spot at home to get assists, despite what other players who play his position have done. It's not the greatest. I think Bam personally is in a position to clear this. And when Bam Adebayo is a favorite, when the Heat are a favorite of 8 or more, Bam averages 5 assists, 11 rebounds, 17.8 points. So he shows up at home when they're favorite of, not double-digit favorite, but getting close. So I think he's going to clear this. 3.5 assists.
All right, cool. Stacks, you got anything on this one?
No, nothing official, but I did tell Joe the Gambler.
Yeah. Joe the Gambler has best bet. His best bet is the Heat minus. Was it 9.5?
Yeah, and what's crazy
Yeah,
is
9.5.
it was 9.5, but I got 9 when I told it when we talked backstage and offline. I wanted to go check his best bet out. I just told it because I wasn't even going to cap it.
Yeah. No,
In my head, it was a bullshit game, but I respect Joe's cap. And then when I watched the video, I was like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If Joe can make it on today, I asked him
I'm hoping he do.
Yeah, we can talk through some of that, but not good.
If not, check his video out. It's in the Discord.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel, Joe the Gambler. He's on the Heat here.
Yes, sir. Let's hit the next one. Pacers at Bulls. This line has moved to 6. Total still remains the same at 241. Still some injury stuff with this game. I know Halliburton and McConnell are. Well, I know Halliburton is still questionable. McConnell has to be. I feel like I don't know that officially, but I know Halliburton is still questionable, or it is questionable as he sat out the last game with the hip injury. I know Vucevic is playing for Chicago. I put a play on this game. It was a small one. I got the Pacers at minus 4.5. I just think back-to-back losses for them. And if you look at the standings, the Pacers and the Bucks are neck and neck at 4 and 5. And with the series that they had last year, with the Pacers winning that series with Giannis and Dame being compromised the whole series, I think it's imperative for the Pacers to try and get home court, and they have the Bucks, I believe, tomorrow. So they can't. My point is they can't keep losing games that they should win. So, I took the Pacers minus 4.5 this morning, and I'm gonna put them in the money line. My money line parlay with the Heat as well. So Heat, Pacers, and I've got one more that I'm gonna add, but I just don't see the Pacers at this stage of the season in this spot losing 3 games in a row when you have to go and play the team that you're neck and neck with for home court advantage in another potential first round matchup. Stacks, what you think about this one, my brother?
Yeah, I seen the 4.5. By the time I missed it. I do like the Pacers, and I definitely probably will get to them in a money line parlay. But what I did bet is Giddey. 20 plus points at plus 104. But I'm probably gonna get on the Pacers. I was so mad because I seen you put it yesterday, or I swear it was yesterday, and I meant to throw something on it, and I didn't, and I missed the numbers, so it'll be in the parlay. But as far as official, I got Giddey. I feel like Giddey playing for his contract. He's been getting 20 plus like 3 straight, 2 out of 3. But his line was 18.5. I just raised it up because I like plus money.
And I like that play. The only reservation I would have about that play is if Tyrese doesn't play. So if he doesn't play, they're going to deploy a more defensive backcourt for Giddey. So I don't know. Like, I think that's an excellent play. Either way, I think he can get it. But only worry I would have is if Tyrese isn't playing and now they've got a defensive backcourt, which kind of puts me on a lean toward the under, perhaps. But if Tyrese plays, don't listen to me about an under for any Pacer game. But if he doesn't, yeah, if he doesn't play, the under's more in play. But I like Giddey, man. He's trying to get paid, man, and he's low key on that verge of like being that guy in the NBA. Like if he don't get that next big contract, he could become a minimum guy in a matter of no time.
Plus, after everything he went through, I feel like he playing with a chip on his shoulders, like because he went through a lot last year off the court. So
yeah, he did.
And I don't think he's no superstar, but I think he mid, like he ready. He ain't bad.
Yeah, he good. It's just crazy how a situation can kind of low key mess your career up, and it's through a wrench in his. It's through a wrench in his. I'm not gonna say it's messed up per se, but it's definitely
no, because I swear, because before the trade, and before any of that, everyone always talked about Giddey, and then he got slandered and all that shit happened, and now it's like you almost forget in the league.
And I don't think he did himself any favors in the playoffs either. He looked absolutely ass in the playoffs. For real.
He didn't. I mean, but you gotta understand, like playing through that gotta be a burden. Like that's a rough thing to have on your back.
Nah, for real.
And you trying to go out there and play basketball?
Yeah.
You got people in the crowd yelling that shit.
They probably still are. GLB, you got anything on this one, brother?
No, this is a complete pass for me.
Yeah, let's go, Giddey. Get that 18 points, man. You can do it against the Pacers.
No, I need a dub about you, Giddey.
They decide when they want to play defense. So
I need it. I remember the high total. Like you can give me 20, Giddey.
Let's go to the comments real quick. We're going back to our Robinson situation. So Charles White said Alvin Robertson, and that's who I wanted somebody. That's who I wanted somebody to say was Alvin Robertson. He played for the Spurs. He was in a dunk contest. I don't know, when I was like 4. But Alvin Robertson.
When you was 4?
Huh?
When you was 4?
Yeah, like man, Alvin Robertson is like early late 80s, man. Like when San Antonio had the San Antonio like draped all the way down on their jerseys, like when they first came out the ABA. Alvin Robertson.
I don't remember him being in a dunk contest.
He was in one, maybe 2.
No,
I don't know.
I'm saying I believe you. I'm just saying that's wild.
Robin Williams, Goodwill Hunting crushed it.
See,
I never saw that.
See what prolific put.
Who was Rick Robertson? Y'all know who Rick Robertson is?
Rick Robertson?
No, I don't know who that is.
I think I've heard the name. I don't know.
We got to Google that.
I know. I can't think of. I was going to pull it up. There's a Robert. If y'all play baseball, there's a Robertson for the White Sox. I just can't think of his first name. It's like the only person they got for the White Sox. If anybody who listening knows, he's like a big home run hitter. Robertson. Can't think of his first name. But I always use it over 1.5 bases.
All right, fellas, let's move to the next one. Magic, Rockets. Rockets, well, when I put this banner up, Rockets were 5-point favorites. Total was set at 212. It looks like it's moved down in a few places to 4.5. The total still kind of it's at 212 now, solid. This is a game I really don't have a ton on. If anything, man, I feel like the Magic might be the right side for this one. I feel like they have to get one. So low key, man, like I feel like the Magic are due, and it might be a look at the money line with them. GLB, you got anything on this one, brother?
Nothing officially. I'd probably lean system-wise. I'd lean Rockets against the spread. But I am gonna go back later tonight and look at Orlando props. Probably some assists and maybe some rebounds. Maybe more assists, but nothing else on this.
Stacks, my brother, you got anything on this one?
No, I got got a little pro. I got Cole Anthony over 12.5 points minus 132. And just like you, I'm only gonna do a two leg. It's something I do every night. It's usually like 3 dogs, and I look for plus money, throw them in a parlay. And all day I was looking at the Magic, and the only reason why I left them alone. But now hearing you saying it, I'm gonna put it down. They're gonna be one of my legs. But I've been burned with the Magic so much. Like when they was on that homestand, like they just kept burning me. And then I was so mad at them. Then I had to realize, like, stop betting it. Like, if I cap it and it says Orlando's a spot, just don't bet it. Can't be mad at them when they just being bums. But I don't know. They won the last game.
Real quick, I see Joe in the comments. Joe, I DM'd you on Discord the StreamYards link. If you check that, you should be able to hop in.
So just hearing you say that, Dom, that's gonna be my first leg, and I don't even have a second leg yet.
Okay. And I'm over here just kind of live capping. Just kind of live capping this one.
It's funny that you said that because days that we got the show, I cap the games that I like, but other than that, I'll be dependent on the show.
Yeah, we'll have some good looks.
And I think I'm gonna put this scroll back to bottom. Okay. Let's hit the next one. So Stacks, my bad, man. So what did you say you were gonna put as that leg for your parlay?
Magic money line.
Oh, Magic money line.
No,
Man,
that's not gonna be my leg. No. Y'all know I always do a little. I usually do a round robin on the dogs parlay. I said that's gonna be in that parlay. No, not our parlay. Hell no.
Okay. Like I said, man, I don't know if the Magic are gonna win, but I feel like they are overdue at some point. So, tonight could be the night. Let's move over to the next game. Let's see. And that's Nuggets at Thunder. Before we get into this one, we'll bring a guest on, Joe the Gambler. Let's hope.
Hello?
I can hear him. Can't see him.
I heard him.
I can hear him. Let me. You know what? Let me bring him in a second. I got to change the layout. So let's get into this game real quick. Nuggets and Thunder.
While you, I was gonna say, if you want to do that to get Joe in here, I can actually say, because I do have a bet on this game, but it's a little bit of a smaller one. I put a quarter unit on Joker.
Yeah. Take this game, and I'll work on getting Joe in here.
Yeah. So this morning, again, earlier, a lot's changed since I took this bet with Gordon and Joker being ruled questionable maybe a few hours ago. But I just sprinkled on Joker over 11.5 assists at plus 196, probably on FanDuel this morning. I didn't take his normal line, which was, I think, 10.5 earlier with a lot of juice. I just looked at the possibility of 12 plus, and I liked what I saw. again, Joker's facing a top 5 team against assists allowed, so tough team in theory, but he does well against them. Very well at home. Again, this is a top 5 team against assists. He's hit this 3 out of 3 times at home, and on the road 3 out of 5. And you know what? As I'm talking, everything I'm saying is his current line, which is 9.5. So I took 12 plus, just a little sprinkle, but I really do like the 9.5 that it's gone down to. And once Aaron Gordon is probably ruled out, you know what I mean? One of them is going to be ruled out. Jamal Murray was questionable too, I think. My guess is Joker's going to play. Aaron Gordon's not. Usually in that case, I'd go for Joker rebounds, but again, I'm sprinkling 12 plus assists. I don't know what the odds are now, but he's in a position where he probably could. And Joker on a back-to-back on the road has had 16 assists, then 2 games in a row with 8, then 10, then 17, then 15. So really hoping he can just get 12 and I'll be good.
Yeah, I almost tell that, and then I remembered he got hurt. He got hurt yesterday. Nothing crazy though. Joe.
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
That's good.
Yeah, he hurt
what
his,
it do.
but he hurt his arm though. So my whole thing is, if it got ugly early, they might pull him.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. That's why just a little bit of a sprinkle there, but it'll be a fun game to watch. So we'll see. But yeah, Joe, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, Joe, welcome. Yeah, thanks for coming, brother. You got anything on this game? I know I had to get the layout right so we could get you in here properly. You got anything on this one?
No, this was a pass for me. I mean, the Nuggets have been much better unrested than OKC. I think they're 9-3 against the spread, unrested. But, now with Joker and Murray questionable, it's just a pass for me.
I'm actually thinking about going back to the well with the Nuggets team total under. I feel like SGA is trying to really stamp his MVP ballot here with these 2 games, especially with Jokic coming off the historic 30-20-20 game, right? They said, so I heard a stat that Jokic had a triple-double in the third quarter, midway through the third quarter of that game, and he got another triple-double midway through the third, before the end of the game. So this man had 2 triple-doubles in the span of one game. Yeah,
2 triple-doubles in the same game.
2 triple-doubles literally within a certain time period. And I know the dude is a monster, but this has got to be, these games have to be let down, especially with SGA essentially trying to. He had 40 the last game, and I feel like when the Thunder win games, and this one, GLB, is another national televised game, ESPN, and the numbers that I have for them on national TV, I mean, they lock down on their opponent when they play in front of, whether it's ESPN, ABC, TNT, the top 3. They come out and they lock down their opponent. So more than likely, this will probably be a play for me, but I'll be looking Nuggets team total. It was 114. It might be 113, something like that. And Jokic is also coming in with an elbow injury, a slight one. So they said that he's warming up in hopes to play. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make this play right now because it wouldn't surprise me if they say Jokic down for this one. So that'll the Nuggets team total under again will be a play I make.
And like I said, go ahead.
No, I actually did find something. Like you said, it could be a flat spot for OKC. So I actually found since 2020 in this situation. So if you're playing the same team back to back and you're a home favorite in both, and you won and covered the first matchup, you're actually 13-6 against the spread. So that would say favors OKC.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about that OKC, it's the same thing as Boston. If it's looking at for Boston, it's looking at for OKC.
Well, I think with OKC, they're younger, and they haven't won anything yet. You know what I mean? So the look for Boston tonight might be we the champs. We don't need to worry about playing in Utah. Whereas OKC, they've got Denver again. You got SGA really trying to go for that MVP, and then you've got them going to Boston. I just feel like they care way more just because they haven't accomplished as much as a team like Boston has. Like I said, they done got there. They don't want it. They've been there. So I'll call this one now. I feel like if the Thunder blow the Nuggets out tonight, depending on that number, you might want to take OKC when they go into Boston. Just me. But yeah, I just played that Nuggets team total under. So, you guys got any more thoughts on these? On this one.
Nothing for me.
I don't.
All right, let's hit the next one. Oh shoot, hold on.
Is Suns at Grizzlies? Okay, yeah, that's the last 8 o'clock.
Yep, Suns are great.
So I'll just be quick on this one because I put Desmond Bane 8+ assists in a little parlay for fun. His over 6.5 was pretty juiced earlier. But just a fun little, side play. Desmond Bane 8+. But from a systems perspective, I would lean Grizzlies here. Let me see. Again, still Suns after a road cover. They were 0-12 until yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago when they actually covered. So now they're 1-12 against the spread after covering on the road. However, that still applies today. But also, when you have two unrested teams, both off wins, the home team is 8-1-1 ATS, which favors the Grizzlies, and the over is 7-3. So again, thinking the Grizzlies might get it. Thinking the over is live, and I like those Desmond Bane 8+ assists just on the side. That's all for me on this one.
Stacks, my brother, what you got on this one, or do you have anything on this one?
Yeah, I put it in Discord this morning, and for me, I bet it all the time. I'm on the Grizzlies over 123.5 team total. When I got this morning, I don't know what's at now. And when I watched, I didn't do a breakdown on the Discord, but I put in Chris's chat. It's not a bet on the Grizzlies; it's a fade of the Suns for me on the back-to-back. As of right now, it's either 11-4 or 10-3. I don't have the accurate number, but it's one of those two. As far as the opponent's team totals of the Suns on the back-to-back, I talked about it on the previous show, and I know it was 2 losses back-to-back, but the Pelicans lost. I don't count that because they ruled a lot of players out, including Zion. But yeah, that's my bet. Grizzlies over 123.5. Oh, I did tell Chris I got the Suns +4. I think I got +4, but I just tell Chris.
I think we
Yeah.
might
Yeah,
have lost
Harvey?
you, Stack.
Yeah, I think you're freezing up, Stacks, but yeah, I don't got anything. Joe, you got anything on this one?
I might get there with the Grizzlies. I see it's dropping to 3.5 now. I mean, you touched on it. The Suns are 2-16 against the spread off a winning cover this year. And Suns are also 4-8-1 against the spread unrested. Grizzlies are 7-4 against the spread unrested. I wasn't really looking to back this Memphis team without Jaren Jackson Jr., but, now with this line coming down, it's definitely tempting.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah, definitely a good look. Good look, Joe. Um, let's move over to the
And
next
also,
game.
Trey
Go ahead,
Young
my
just
bad.
got ruled out. Trey Young's ruled out. So that bet that I had earlier, it's a void. Whatever though. I mean, I know some people get really upset if a bet push like voids and stuff. Like I don't whatever. You know, I knew it could happen. It could happen with Joker too. But at the time and place that I took it, at the number that I took it, it was good. But so yeah, heads up, no Trey Young. And a bunch of other alerts on underdog, but I just happened to notice Trey Young.
I'm actually placing a bet right now for the Hawks team total.
Did y'all hear my breakdown, or did my internet interrupt it?
Heard I think most of it, but towards the end it got real choppy.
Yep. So I just played Hawks team total under 121.
Nice. There you go.
All right, let's hit the next game, fellas. We got 3 more to cover. The next one, Mavericks at Spurs. At the time I did the banner, Spurs were 6.5-point favorites. Total set at 231. This is a game. This is another one that I don't have anything on. Joe, my brother, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, I'm considering taking either San Antonio or San Antonio team total over. So I was watching Suns Mavs yesterday, and they actually only had 9 guys active on the roster. And now Brandon Williams, on top of that's questionable. Exum was already on a minutes limit. And I think it was Kessler Edwards and Dwight Powell like banged into each other. Powell had to leave the game for a little bit. So, I mean, this team is so banged up right now. San Antonio hasn't been great on back-to-backs either, which is why I might just stick to the team total. But, you know, it's definitely what I'm looking at right now.
Good looks, my brother. Good looks. Stacks, what you got on this one?
I think he froze again.
He froze up. All right, we'll get him back. GLB.
Nothing on this one. I agree with everything Joe said. I like that breakdown, and I was thinking of maybe playing. I mentioned earlier I'm gonna go back and look at Orlando props. I'm probably gonna go back and look at maybe go give it one more run with Harrison Barnes assists over 1.5 because he's at home today. It hasn't been as much of a wagon lately as it was before, you know, earlier in the season, but I'm gonna peep that Harrison Barnes over 1.5 assists. I have no idea what the number is now, but side or total, I got nothing.
Another thing, I don't know how this would which players this would impact on props, but I saw yesterday Phoenix scored the most points in the paint they've scored all season. So, you know, I don't know if, you know, there's a particular player you could target with that, but I mean, it makes sense. You know, their issues at center are really bad right now.
Definitely gonna look at that. Definitely.
No, totally agree. Totally agree. What do you guys think about? Do the Mavericks, or not the Mavericks, but do the Spurs play enough defense to hold the Mavericks under 112?
I wouldn't trust it. I mean, especially they haven't done well on back-to-backs. I could see what their Spurs and rest 0. Yeah, they're 4-7 against the spread on back-to-backs, which, you know, tells me that they're running out of gas. So I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, it's a tough one for me to trust too.
Got you. All right, fellas, let's move. Hopefully Stacks will get back with us. This is one I've got to play on. The last 2 I've actually got plays on. Blazers at the Warriors. The Warriors are 12-point favorites. Well, last time I checked, they were. Let me double make sure. Well, they moved up to 12.5 in a few places. And the total was moved to 234. I did play the first half under 113.5. That's probably moved because I got it at this 232.5, so it's probably moved up a point. But both of these teams recently, first half, um, defensively, they've been very good, over under. And then they kind of let go off of the gas in the second half. So I went on ahead and took the first half under 113.5. GOB, you got anything on this one, brother?
I do, yeah. So this one is, let me just check. Draymond Green, points, rebounds, and assists. I got to plug in my laptop. That's a first. Draymond Green over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I got this at minus 105 when I took it. And right now, there were 23.5s available at the time, but they were a little juiced and also on books that I didn't have enough money in, you know what I mean? I was fine taking 24.5, which is where it is now. And for me, I'm looking at Draymond Green against top 10 teams against the spot up player, which he is, right? And he's playing the Blazers, who are actually number 8. This season, he's hit this PRA line of 24.5 in 9 out of 17 games. When he's at home, he's hit this in 4 out of 6 games, averaging 24.3, which again is, below where we're at. But if he's going to hit this, he's probably going to get 27, 28, somewhere around there. Maybe he'll squeak by right at 25. But I like how other players who play his position have done against the Blazers in this spot. And how I originally was looking at Draymond points plus rebounds and then just rebounds. And I was going to pull it on points plus rebounds after thinking. But then I just looked a little deeper and thought, you know what, this PRA number at 24.5 at almost plus money is a shot I'm willing to take. So Draymond Green PRA over 24.5.
Good looks. Good looks. Is that your parlay piece?
My parlay piece was Bam Adebayo 4+ assists. I'm pretty sure I mentioned before the call that this was going to be my best bet, Draymond Green.
Okay.
At that time, it was 23.5. And all books have it at DraftKings still has 23.5 over at minus 120. So,
by the way,
22.5.
Oh, Mike Malone just said Murray and Jokic are hopeful to play tonight.
I figured Gordon was going to be the one who's out. And man, if Jokic didn't have that elbow thing, with Gordon out, Jokic rebounds is always the move for me. But yeah, that's 12. All I need is 12+ assists from my Joker. Hopefully he can get it. But yeah, Dimes 23.5 PRA for Draymond is the best number at DraftKings right now.
And didn't that go up while we were talking backstage? Wasn't it 22.5? Did it go up like so? It
was at 20.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Well, like FanDuel and other books, and now all those books have 24.5. So
okay, got you. All right, man. Let's move to
Joe. Do you have anything on this one?
Our final.
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
That was a
pass for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move to our last game. Knicks at Kings. This one, Kings are 2.5 point dogs, over under set at 220. Up to 223 since I did this banner a few hours ago. I do have a play on this one, and it's also another first half under, which the number has probably more than likely moved on me. And it was the first half under 112.5. I can look at it now and see what it has moved to since this total has went up 3 points. Okay, and the first half total has only went up to 113.5. So that's a play that I like in this one. Kings defense, has low key been pretty good in the first half. Holding their opponent team totals, and they don't score a lot either. Especially after Fox has been gone, and they don't have a real point guard. So um, I like the Kings, Knicks. Like I said, I got it at 112.5, but right now it's 113.5. GOB, you got anything on this one, brother?
So just like the Joker play earlier with 12 plus assists at plus 196, I also sprinkled here on Josh Hart 12 plus rebounds at plus 176. Josh Hart has been good to me and then bad to me. It's just a whole mix of things. And to be honest, I said this the other day when I lost on Josh Hart rebounds. He's either going to get 7 or 8, or he's going to get 15, 16, 17, right? Without Jalen Brunson in, that helps. But also, I'm willing to take a shot here. He's going against a bottom 5 team against his position. And players who are like him and players who are like him more than players who play his exact position have done well against the Kings. But like I said, he's either going to fly over this or he's going to get 7 or 8 and everyone's going to lose. So just a little bit of a sprinkle on the an alt line at number that I thought was pretty good, because other books had it at plus 140 maybe, and FanDuel maybe 176. So that's just a little sprinkle play for me there. So, and real quick before we pass it to Joe, system wise, I would say I got 2 things on the Knicks. Let's just see. 34 and 12 ATS is a system I have on the Knicks, which says take a road favorite who has 2 or more days of rest and is facing an unrested opponent off a loss. Actually, I don't know if he's still here, but shout out LJ, because LJ showed me that one. Because right before the system, I wrote from LJ. So system-wise, I'm going Knicks. But Josh Hart, 12 plus rebounds is a little sprinkle play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joe, what you got on this one, brother?
I think I'm going to take the Knicks. So I like that system you gave. Also, I found this. Sacramento's 4-11 against the spread but when the line's between the threes. So it's an expected close game. And 3 and 8 against the spread unrested. And, I think Sabonis being out is really huge for this as well, because, you got to deal with Cat. And, Valanciunas, he can, body him in the paint, but Cat's going to stretch you out to the 3-point line as well. And I think, he's going to have a lot of trouble with that. And, Knicks off 3 losses. Does worry me that Brunson's out, but I think I'm going to get there with the Knicks.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think too, to you guys' point, I'm not going to say that Brunson is an overrated player. No knock on Brunson, but they do have 2 capable backups that are able to kind of handle, the duties for a game. Now, if you're asking, Campaign and what's the other backup? McBride to cover Brunson, to fill in for Brunson in a playoff series, there's no way. But for a stretch or 2, I think that they're both capable of being able to handle those duties. So I couldn't talk you off the Knicks here. Like I said, I like the under. I like that under first half, and I think both teams, especially the Kings, come out and play a little bit more defense just because they're a tad bit compromised in the backcourt since they've traded Fox. So let's move over to our best bets, and we'll also give out our parlay. Get this off here.
Yeah, and to start with the best bet, Stacks has Grizzlies team total over 123.5.
And I think what I'm gonna put in this leg is the Blazers and I've got two that I'm trying to figure
You know
out.
what? Actually, real quick, before we do any of this, before we get into the parlay and the best bets, I know Joe had his best bet on the Heat. I think we should pass it over to Joe and let him talk through that. He had a good video on it and good trends, and definitely hear that.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Yeah, let's hear your best bet as a guest. My bad, bro.
Yeah, all good. So I'm on the Heat minus 9.5 here. So some trends since 2020. Away dogs after All-Star break with a win percentage under 35. Off a win are 24, 39, and 2 against the spread. And then on Miami since 2020, home favorites off a loss after All-Star break. Their win percentage is between 40 and 60. So, they're fighting for a playoff spot. And the total's under 220. It's 42, 27, and 1 against the spread. So I think this is really just a motivation spot for Miami and not a motivation spot for Charlotte. We've also seen this situation 6 times with Miami where they're off 3 straight losses and they're 5-1 against the spread in that situation. And, this could be something, this could be nothing. I don't really get too into these kind of angles. I know Jay Money loves these kind of things, but so since 2020, the Hornets are 2-5 against the spread playing in Miami. And, I think that might have something to do with, this is a young team and, they don't win a lot. Maybe they go out partying in Miami, especially off a win. So I think the Heat are my best look today.
Nice.
That's a good look. That party angle matters, man. Like you said, especially with a team. I mean, when their best player is LaMelo, and he just, I don't know if he loves the camera, but I'm sure he loves the nightlife. He's a young dude. He's doing what we would probably do at 22 and 23 with millions and millions of dollars. So can't talk you off of the Heat. That's a really good look. And thank you for joining us today too.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, Stacks tailed the that bet too. Said in the chat.
Yeah. So GLB, what you got for me, my brother? What is your best bet and your parlay piece?
So my parlay piece, and then we'll post this after so people don't have to kind of write it down. But just to say, my parlay piece is going to be Bam Adebayo 4+ assists. Like that look today. And as for my best bet, Trey getting ruled out kind of sucks. Even though it wasn't going to be my best bet throughout the show, I kind of started to lean more that way. I'm looking at Franz Wagner points plus assists right now in the back. I haven't bet it yet, but I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to go Draymond Green over 24.5 PRA is my best bet. Like I said, I think he's going to get 24. Squeak by just at 25, or he's going to get us like 31, 32. So my leg will be Adebayo 4+ assists, but my best bet, straight bet, is Draymond Green 24 and over 24.5 PRA.
All right, so I figured out what I want to do. So my best bet will be the Knicks Kings first half under. I got it at 112.5, but currently you can get it at 113.5, so you can get a better number there. And my play for the parlay will be the Blazers and Warriors first half under. And I feel like that one did move. I got it at 113.5, but it is moved to 114. So it's moved up a half point. So that would be my play for the leg, for our parlay leg. Justin said that LaMelo loves the camera. Thank you for tuning in, OD. Fellas, you got anything? Go ahead.
I was going to say, Joe, if you want to give a leg for this parlay, sometimes we just cook up a little one front. If you want to throw a leg in there, feel free. If not,
I didn't even think about it. I was keeping it at 3, but it's like, man, come on, like Joe, man, like because Joe is gonna put his play in, we gonna cash this shit. So what you got?
GLB, I haven't placed a parlay in years. I don't endorse this 4-legger by any means, but
What about the 3?
If I'm gonna add one, it would be the Heat minus 9.5.
Solid. Yeah, these are always just for fun. But nah, got some good looks, I think.
No, excellent looks. Excellent looks. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on, Joe. GOB, my brother, as always. It's a pleasure. Justin. Justin says sign him up for the 4 leg. So when it gets past 2, I get nervous, and then 3 is like okay, and then 4, I'm like, okay.
See, if it's a dart, it's a different mindset because you're like, this is gonna lose anyways.
Yeah.
But then once you look at it, like in NHL yesterday, I posted 5, I think, plays, and if somebody Vegas, it doesn't matter, but a lot of them were starting to hit as the day went on. First the Devils and the Capitals, and then the Rangers overhit. And when you have that many legs in a parlay, I think it's just like a fun thing until you get to the end where you're like, do I hedge this? What do I do? But yeah, I love good darts here. And like I said, if I find anything else later, I'm gonna post it. I'm looking at Franz Wagner. Now that Trey was rolled out, I'm like, crap, I wanna find something else. Jacob said Dyson Daniels assist, so
I'm gonna send it to the chat, but I just took the Knicks minus 2 on Caesars.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, yep.
Might tell you on that one.
Yeah, I think it's a dick spot.
Well, as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, Joe the Gambler, thanks for popping in on us, sliding in and offering us your input. GOB Stacks, my brothers will be back on Wednesday. Joe, maybe we can get you back on, if you're free. But until then, we will leave you with the words of the late great comedic genius John Witherspoon. Enjoy your night and enjoy NBA.
Let's bet it.
Let's go.
If you broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whoop your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bites you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now and go try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.